I have written screenplays for 10 years. However, for the first perhaps 6 of them, I was sort of mucking around with novels, with short stories, with poetry. I thought I was a journalist. I thought I was, going to do PR. And then one thing led to another. The recession kind of killed most of those other things.
Okay.
And we got married and we moved a lot. And I discovered that the only thing that really gave me joy was screenwriting. I am working on a romantic comedy. That's what I write. I write romantic comedies that is set in Cairo, in the Grand Pyramid, in the Great Pyramid. Let's see, I started it in 2014, in August of 2014. However, we had a baby early 2015, and I was working on other projects as well. So all told, about 9 months. Romantic comedies is that's an interesting one, because let's see, I decided I was a stand-up comedian in college, and I came back to Dubai and did stand-up comedy and improv comedy. I just generally like making people laugh, so that's what I thought I wanted to do. And as I got into writing screenplays, I thought, yes, I'm going to write comedies, I'm going to write dark comedies. And somehow, for some reason, it just wasn't gelling, or it wasn't the projects I was working on weren't really working. And then I realized that I'm a hopeless romantic, and perhaps both of them should coalesce, as it were. Romantic comedy, romance and comedy, so romantic comedy.
Okay.
So that's why romantic comedy. And The Pyramid, well, I'm a huge fan of movies like Indiana Jones and The Mummy. Romantic element in that is kind of the B story. In romantic comedy, in my movies, the romance is the A story, and the adventure and the sci-fi elements are the backdrop for that romance to unfold. Realizing that it's a romantic comedy is one thing, which changes the structure completely. Or perhaps that there's a more there's an expected tried and true structure, which I totally love. So that's been a huge breakthrough. And well, there's the usual psychological stuff. Will anyone buy a romantic comedy? Is anyone interested in a romantic comedy? The leads are all people of color, so one Egyptian, one Indian, and their daughter, who is half Egyptian, half Indian. So yeah, will anyone be interested in that? And of course, I mean, people are, but will the industry be interested? Only God knows, really. So but really, I just love writing the story. So I've taken a long time to get to this place, but I really don't mind if nobody's interested, because I'm enjoying writing this story so much.
Fantastic. And that kind of answers my next question, which was what's kept you going? I guess you answered that in the last bit.
And it's the themes as well. The themes in the movie are ego and creativity and faith and religion, and how you express your religion in your daily life. What's the right way? Is there a right way to be a believer? So those are very exciting themes for me. Yes, they sound very heavy, but hopefully I'm going to handle them in a much lighter way. But the moment is to finish it, and for it to be what I hope it can be.
Right.
Beyond that, I mean, the usual stuff, I suppose. Win a contest, get representation, get directed by an awesome team, get produced rather by an awesome team, and get worldwide acclaim and an Oscar. I'd say patience, willingness to fail. There's something, I think you might have mentioned it to me some time ago, called a concept called rapid prototyping. You fail fast and fail often. You try a whole lot of different things and figure out what works. And continuing to innovate is a very exciting process to me, and not being afraid of failure. When my son is sleeping, that's pretty much it. And which I've sleep trained like a crazy person, so not like a crazy person, maybe a little crazy, but Yeah, when he's sleeping, which thankfully is pretty regularly. Because I am a person of color and a woman, I do want those romantic comedies to have diverse casts, to be in diverse settings. Because love happens all over the world, and I want the movies to reflect that a lot more than they have. Really a eureka moment, perhaps 2 months ago, when I realized, oh, I'm a romantic comedy writer. So it's been till now, up until now, I think I've just been learning, because I wrote a whole bunch of shorts in various genres, and I've written 4 features, 3 of which are pretty much for the chopping block. So I think that I'm starting only now. I got into the second round of the Sundance Screenwriters Lab with the first 10 pages of one of my scripts, and I was selected I was selected as one of Jeff the Tulip's selected 10 last year. Was that last year? No, 2 years ago, 2014. So those have been the highlights. I've won a bunch of little contests on Going to the Story, on the Going to the Story blog, which has helped a lot with my education. Just all of the free resources have helped me a lot with self-teaching myself screenwriting, and film courage too, obviously. So onwards and upwards, I hope.